Sony's done with the C series, but it does not mean that there are no flagships coming from Sony anymore. Every Sony phone will now be part of the Xperia X line, whether it's a budget or high-end device. Right now, the Xperia XZ is the latest flagship they got. I'm Steven from Techmagnet, and here comes my review of the Sony Xperia XZ. To be honest, I never associated Sony devices with flagships, but with the Xperia XZ, they did everything right. There are no super big improvements to the C5 series, but to be honest, it's the best all-around package I used this year. It's priced at $699 USD, being around 80 to 100 euros cheaper than an iPhone 7 in my country. It also features a waterproof design and good specs. Android 6, a 5.2-inch Full HD display, a Snapdragon 820 with 3 GB of RAM and 30 GB of ROM, a massive 23 megapixel rear and 13 megapixel front-facing camera, and a 2900 mAh battery. It's not the slimmest phone with around 9mm thickness, but its build quality is very good. The design is a stylish mix of sharp edges and smooth curves, and also the mix of the materials is really nice. Gorilla Glass on the front, a polycarbonate frame and an aluminum back cover with a plastic cover at the bottom for better reception. The color, by the way, is mineral black, which looks sometimes black, sometimes purple or brown. Even though this phone is waterproof, Sony warns you not to use this phone in water and to avoid seawater, salt water and chlorinated water, like pools. And they also told us that the warranty does not cover abuse and improper use. So basically, same as Apple. You should just see this as some kind of emergency feature and not try to get to the limits of the IP certification. The frame includes a camera shutter button, a volume rocker and a really accurate and fast fingerprint scanner in the power button that feels really convenient. The only thing that feels misplaced is the volume rocker, since it's way too much down on the low side for me. The camera is placed in the top left corner with a flash underneath it. The single flash is joined by a couple of sensors, one for the laser autofocus, the other one for measuring color of the light. It's an RGB color sensor, and this helps you to produce more accurate white balance and richer color tones. The front side looks great, but the bezels are like on older Sony phones, pretty big, but I don't really care about that. We also have a front-facing dual speaker setup, which sounds really good for my taste, but just listen for yourself. The top features the earpiece/speaker, the sensors, a massive 13 megapixel front camera and a tiny notification LED far on the left side, maybe a bit too left. The phone comes with 2 microphones for noise cancellation and good audio quality, and as well a 3.5mm headphone jack, which I really appreciate. On the bottom you will find the USB Type-C port, which is actually USB 2.0 with no MHL support. Also, this phone features Quick Charge 3.0. Unfortunately, it only came with a 5V 1.5A charger, but at least it really sucks all the 1.5A out of this charger and does not get hot. On the left side, you'll find the card slot. Our unit takes 1 nano SIM card and a microSD card up to 2 TB. There is maybe also one dual SIM version in the future in some countries. The card slot is sealed, and always make sure it fits perfectly to prevent water entry. A 5.2-inch Full HD display results in a density of 424 pixels per inch, which is good. Even though other companies are using Quad HD panels, I prefer a lower res one for better performance and battery life. The brightness with around 620 nits is good to read it outside, and its colors and viewing angles are good too. You can also tweak the colors in the settings. For my taste, a good color saturation. To be honest, Wi-Fi worked really good, even though my P9 Plus still beats it. Mostly it had slightly better Wi-Fi reception than my Xperia X Compact. GPS, GLONASS and Baidu is supported and worked really fine. Even though the weather in Austria was really bad the last weeks, I could use it without a problem as my main navigation device, and it even found a fix indoor. Very good, Sony. Like the previous X series phones, the Xperia XZ has the Technovo adaptive charging technology built in, which increases the lifespan of your battery by hundreds of charge cycles. It also has battery care integrated, but those are long time features which I can't prove right now. It's a solid one-day use phone. I forgot to charge it often because of the lack of Type-C cables in my home, but I still had some juice on the second day left. Stamina mode usually kicked in after around 3 to 3.5 hours of screen on time, which is very good. So it's not a battery monster, but the battery life did satisfy me and was always enough for my work days. It is running Android 6.01 Marshmallow out of the box. Nougat is probably coming in the next months. So Sony is keeping the stock Android look with some bloat and also the ability to easily customize it with the Xperia themes. The system is really fast and not a single app was crashing for me in a week. The home screen appears unchanged from the rest of the X series, and also the traditional app drawer is still there. All in all, the system is very smooth. The 23 megapixel camera of the Sony Xperia XZ is the best from all the existing Sony high-end models. The same sensor is placed behind a 6-element lens with an ultra-wide-angle 24mm equivalent field of view and an f2.0 aperture. Also, we have 5-axis image stabilization, but only in macro mode and full HD. Otherwise you get 3-axis stabilization, which also gets the job done, but it's digital stabilization, not optical. The images are packed with detail, but also have sometimes a high amount of noise and a bit over-sharpening, which you can also see especially when you zoom in. Overall, the camera is pretty good though. It won't give you as vibrant images as the iPhone 7 or as sharp shots as the Galaxy S7. But still a really good all-round package. The front camera of the Xperia XZ gives you plenty of detail and great colors. It's nice wide angle and deals good with all kind of light situations. Regarding video mode, we also have Full HD on the front and 4K maximum on the back, but yeah, also Full HD 60fps and 30fps, but check it out for yourself. What's up guys, so here's a quick front-facing camera test on the Sony Xperia XZ, and well, as you can see it's not so wide angle anymore like in photo mode, so it's 16:9 and here a bit cropped. But anyway, I'm always pretty surprised that even though I feel really shit today, had a long night and I look totally wasted, it looks quite okay on the picture, and it always gets the best out of the situation. So in the right bottom corner I can always see that there is some backlight here, and it always tries to make the best out of the situation. And the camera can really deal with all kind of different lighting situations very good. That's something I really appreciate about it. And also listen now to the microphone quality, so I'm holding it like now 70 centimeters away from my body. Pretty sufficient to get me and the friend on the picture, and so far I have to say, very smooth. It looks really good on the smartphone itself, but just check it out for yourself. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, here's a quick rear camera 4K recording test. So something I noticed is that it's a little bit more lagging behind like Full HD because of the processing, but anyway, it's kind of smooth here in preview. It looks also very steady because steady shot is currently activated, so it's a little bit stabilized, but seems not to be as smooth, and also yeah, it doesn't record with 60 frames per second like Full HD does. But well, as you can see, lighting adjustment, dynamic range looks also kind of good, also the white balance and everything. Oh, what's up? So cute. The camera app is simple, easy to use, but also professional with manual mode. It includes all the usual Sony things like AR mode and several other modes. It even detects what kind of thing you're shooting right now and adjusts the picture to get the most out of it. Plenty of fun to use it with the shutter button like a real camera. The performance of the XZ is really good. Not as fast like an iPhone 7 or OnePlus 3 in the benchmark, but there is no stuttering. A really smooth and stable OS and good performance in games. It even comes with a pressure sensor and as well as a gyroscope and magnetic sensor. No overheating and overall very good performance, also in high quality 3D games. All in all, the Xperia XZ is a solid phone, but I think it doesn't pack all the innovative features like Samsung or LG does that would you guys make you spend $699 USD for it. So please tell me in the comments, would you buy it for that price, and if not, what other phone would you get and why? So thanks for watching, please like and subscribe if this video was helpful for you, and I'm Steven from Techmagnet and this was the Sony Xperia XZ. Have a nice day!